Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Another Scooby-Doo reaction. We are back with the Pup Named Scooby-Doo Season 1. Today we'll be reacting to Episode 11. Yesterday we watched the movie. Now we continue on with our second episode for this week, The Story Stick. So yesterday, or Friday really, we rated Ghost Who's Coming to Dinner a 4 out of 10, our weakest of the season so far, even though we like the villain. It just felt a bit obvious and a bit kind of basic of a Scooby-Doo episode. But today will be the episode that was released on November 19th, 1988, episode number 11, series episode number 188. And in this episode, two Native American Indians, Jay Littlefield and his grandson Warren, try to keep Mr. Ryan from building on Indian land. Before long, the totem spirit shows up. There's only one piece of trivia. This is the only episode in which Coolville doesn't truly physically appear. It only appears in the gang stories. Red Herring only appears in Freddy's. Like oh my gosh, Yogi Bear? Why is he here? So Yogi Bear's just watching them? That's fun. Where's Yellowstone compared to them? Or Jellystone?
My name's Warren, and I'll be your guide. But where's the rest of your tribe? Are they all as cute as you?
Definitely immediately hitting on him. Love it. And Shaggy and Scooby not being very kosher, man. Yeah, Shaggy and Scooby should probably take that off. Oh, there we go. That's an interesting totem spirit of how they're making it work. So is each side remote controlled?
Of course not. They teamed up with the Martians and left Earth about 5 years ago. Oh boy.
Oh my god, freaking Fred and his conspiracy theories.
This is my grandfather, Jay Littlefield. Haven't you heard the old Indian legend? Like, no, I don't want to.
What did I ever hear in old Indian legend?
Grandfather's upset because his house will be torn down when they build a large hotel. I have been living in that house for
Okay, so we have two back-to-back kind of real estate episodes. Freaking nice.
It's a bead from an Indian house.
Hi, kids. Have you seen Mr. Littlefield around here?
Who are you?
My name's Ryan, and you're standing in the exact spot where I'm building the Indian Inn.
But Mr. Littlefield says this land is sacred.
He's just a little upset because he has to move. Besides, I'm sure he won't mind after he sees these new plans.
I know who's really on that spaceship. You do? The totem people and the Martians have teamed up with none other than Red Herring. Best thing I've ever heard. Watch it, Red. I'm telling his story.
Yeah, I like they're on a full world, but I'm telling the story. Go away, Red Herring.
That's right. Now get off my land.
Shaggy, Scooby.
Okay, yeah, and then the totem just randomly appeared while they're telling those stories. Nice, that works.
All right, buddy. I want to know why you're walking quietly through town in the middle of the night.
Because he doesn't want to wake anyone up.
Oh, Freddy, Warren wasn't doing anything.
Nice job. That was
I've been
funny.
collecting tribal art since I was a boy. Okay.
Chinkies, look.
Did we hear Velma say Chinkies? It's the totem monster's footprints.
Totem just randomly appearing from underground, man.
Shaggy and Scooby have waited all night to finish their story.
But we decided to let you take a turn too. Sorry, Mr. Monster, but we can't understand what you're saying. Like, it's your turn, Scoob. Like, maybe you should let me tell the story, Scoob. No one can understand what you're saying either. Like, stop right there.
But Dave, it's Commander Cool.
Like, we didn't just whip that monster, we whipped creamed him. Right, Mellow Mutt? Whipped cream? And that's how Commander Cool and Mellow Mutt defeated the totem monster. Package for Velma Dinkley.
Thank you. It's a mail order termite.
Dinner. What a meal.
Well, there's only like 3 suspects, I'm not sure.
Like, and then we saw holes the monster had dug in the forest.
And the hole was full of rare Indian art. After a complete scientific analysis, I discovered that the mask's composition denotes a modern origin. You mean that someone had just made the totem mask? And that someone is Mr. Ryan.
Oh, gotcha, okay. So it seemed the most, like, yeah.
Like, yeah, and he wanted to scare everyone away so he could keep it.
And I'd have made a mint if it weren't for you pesky kids and that puppy. Oh, yeah.
What's the plan afterwards if he keeps everybody away because of termites and stuff and all that junk, and then nobody's gonna live there?
I won't have to leave my house after all.
We've decided to build a permanent exhibit for these Indian artifacts instead of a hotel.
Yeah, that's nice.
Warren, you have the cutest ideas.
Like, where are you going with the story stick, Scoob? Over here. Thanks, bub.
That's not too bad. I guess he learned something for Shaggy. I'm gonna count one Scooby snack eaten for Scooby with that homemade thing that he made. Count it as one just to make a nice even number for Scooby snacks eaten for this time. Another a bit boring. We've had like 3 real estate episodes in a row. Just kind of not really for me on doing so many like-minded ones. The suspect was another obvious one like the handyman last episode, which is a bit boring, and so didn't really hit the same kind of beats like it did previously with last week, which was episode Now Museum Now You Don't, and Scooby-Doo were a lot more fun. Just really didn't care for this one at all, really. Like, I think I'm gonna give this one like a 2 out of 10. Oh man, it was just pretty boring. I turned away a little bit, sent an email. Not really as fun as previous ones. Most of the episode was spent taking up stories. It felt more like they were just wasting time trying to make a 22-minute episode because the stories had no relevance on the plot, no real funny jokes in it. It just kind of a bit boring and just not really very interesting at all, really. I think this is my least favorite episode of the Pup Named Scooby-Doo. The actual main people that were supposed to be essentially helping were barely in the episode. They weren't even questioned. The only one that we really interacted with was the son. Or not the son, the grandson. So we didn't even have much of them either because most of the episode was spent telling stories. and basically going off of that motif. I feel like I needed more interactions. Like I wanted more from Warren. I wanted more from his grandfather. The actual main bad guy too only had like one scene really where he was being suspicious. He didn't really have much else. Like whenever they did like the big wrap up, it was only kind of circumstantial evidence for me, to be honest. So yeah, that's gonna do it for me for this episode and for this week of reactions after the movie yesterday. So statistic wise, we only had pretty much one Scooby snack eaten and one Jumbo Extra Large for Scooby in episode 10, bringing his total up to 10,622. Shaggy still at 5 Scooby snacks eaten, which was in episode number 8, bringing Scooby's total to 1,166. Nice. 11166. And no weird food items eaten since episode number 2 for Pup Named Scooby-Doo, so we've had a bit of a drought lately, but we'll see how we go on as we get up to finishing off the last episodes of next season, of this season, as well as episode 1 of season 2. So I will see you guys shortly here next week for that. Thank you everyone for watching, and have a great day.